call a spade a spade and a full deck. Full deck. This video is entitled Stained. And it's going to be talking about, through this version on YouTube, it's going to be talking about a lot of dark-skinned people that has been stained through slavery and through people that believe that they are privileged and better than individuals because of their skin colors. And a lot of them have financial strengths, and they are stationed pretty strong in high places with high power. And we as um, individuals, I'll say it like that because y'all know I'm not racist, boy, and through this fight with NWO, new policing, civilian workers, um, which is pretty much a secretive thing, where you got paid individuals. Um, it's pretty much being paid to to be owned by an organization that has pretty much got a coup effect upon America, having some strong political ties into some things, and these type of things can, what I'm saying, can pretty much be did or looked at as um, purchasing voters uh, to vote for a certain way. If you work for a current administration, or you work for an administration, and that administration is up for need to be revoted back in. Of course, you know what I'm saying, because your payroll, all your money and stuff coming, your career is based upon them staying in position. So of course you're gonna run with that. Now imagine you purchase a whole bunch of people across the USA, naming something like new policing. And you know what I'm saying? All you gonna find is a whole bunch of criminals doing illegal things, such as harassing, what can be looked at as a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Me myself personally, I am a strong supporter of Trump, and retaliation on our part wasn't if the other lady, the other person had a, not the other lady, thank God, not Trump. We ain't definitely called Trump no lady, but the other person had a one, and then you know what I'm saying, through our Constitution and laws that without being unbiased or cheated and stuff like that there. I ain't saying they cheating. Now, so I know the FBI be listening like a mug because a lot of them are part of that organization, and I'm dark skinned, so anytime a dark skinned person start rising up, you know what I'm saying, they start looking for RICO acts and new stuff to put out, organized crime and all that there. And even though this organization that I'm fighting against is all about organized crime, and yeah, but you point the finger at the wrong peoples, Jack, and the finger start being pointed back at you. But we're with God, and so we're not worried about any of that. But yeah, so with the organization owning quite a bit of people, using our money, our own tax dollars, Jack, through government grants, they are supporting these peoples through Safe Passage Act, Safe Block, some security grant money, and all that there. And these people supposed to be extra set of eyes and ears for police, but these be the same folks you see running red light stop signs, and you will still see a bunch of folks coming up missing. Right now, with all these people out here supposed to be purchased to be new policing, man, crime then went out the roof. Now, if you listen to the Fed's report, because I think the Department of Justice came right behind them and said it was incorrect. If you listen to, you know what I'm saying, what's being pushed out there for us to hear, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sounds good because NWO has been set up without any direct way to make a complaint against them. You go try to go to some police stations or some law enforcement agencies higher up, and you be met with extreme prejudice, Jack, because they view them as co-workers. And y'all know that old saying, man, police don't snitch on polices. So they view them as co-workers, and man, you know what I'm saying, you wind up, before you can get to the car, the other jokers out there that ain't official police officers, they know you done been up in there, everything you done said, Jack. And the way a lot of the stuff is now, excuse me, you got to go through civilian workers to actually get to an official law enforcement agent, so they know all your business before you go up in there. Before you get to official what you call it, and then they do you. I know because I'm dark skinned. Then they do you to the fact they don't even take it to a confidential area. They, you know what I'm saying, let your business be put out right there, so the people that's waiting to talk to somebody about their shoelace missing or something like that there, plus the civilian workers that's working behind the thing, everybody know exactly what you're talking about. That ain't the way it's supposed to be, but it's set up that way. And like I say, with the with them saying crime that came down, of course, you know what I'm saying, because I think it was Department of Justice came behind them and said a lot of crimes haven't been reported, and that is so true because as an advocate against injustices, me myself trying to report crime, I'm still waiting to hear back for some jokers. And all type of what you call it. But I thank God for Donald Trump. That's why, saying I support him well because he's trying to get us back to the Constitution. Right now, these jokers doing whatever. And then talk that Constitution mess saying that he ain't constitutional, but then nobody say nothing about the open border, the border being wide open. And that was as unconstitutional and illegal to happen. But all of these big wigs, politicians and current administration, all that crap was up in there. And you know what I'm saying? The best thing they could come up with was the cow needs to be milked. Well, that's unfair to Arabians and in India and anybody else, African Americans trying to come into the country legally. That's some jacked up stuff because it's a spit in their face that, you know what I'm saying, hey, y'all some gumps. Y'all coming through this joker trying to come through this joker legal. You know what I'm saying? These joker coming through this gym illegally and getting driver's license, food stamp cards, housing ahead of the American citizens that live here. And you know what I'm saying? When they put them up in Shot Town, Jack, they had air conditioner tents. We got homeless people came back from wars that need housing, and they were, you know what I'm saying, running them from up under the expressway bridge from them trying to keep, you know what I'm saying, some type of covering. You know what I'm saying? This is unacceptable in the United States of America, and it starts with me and you. I got to throw this out here before I forget. Now, privileged summer guns is some of the dirtiest, low down creatures on this earth. And they need to know it, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe they don't know how dirty they truly is. These demons will be walking around here looking educated, looking serious, oh, especially like with me, advocating against them, they be looking serious, like they was, you know what I'm saying, chew on you raw. No, like what they're doing is so right, and what you're doing is wrong. Now, according to the Constitution of this here country, them that obey and follow the law, they the right ones. The ones that's breaking the law is the wrong ones. Now, I ain't the smartest joker in the world. I know they light skinned a lot of, you know what I'm saying, and they supposed to be so smart. But you know what I'm saying, it seems like to me, it be people like myself should be the one walking around here mad and looking angry, ready to chew at somebody. But I got God, so I ain't worried about it. I'm a patient man, Jack. It will come to pass. So I ain't got to be running around here looking mad, trying to pretend like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Playing with people live to entertain you because you just can't find no happiness because you got horns on your head, blue-eyed devil. And that don't mean all light-skinned folks. Now that just means them so-called privileged some of my guns that think they better than other people and think that they above the law and talk their junk against Trump. Ain't nobody above the law. Woo and all that crap there and got more dirt up on them than a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Try to get them into the courtroom. They'll do everything in their power to block you from getting them into the courtroom. Why? Because they know everything they've been doing is illegal, wrong, out of there. So they'll hack, they'll harass, they'll try to break your finances. They tear your car up like they did mine. I've been struggling for since Valentine's Day, as they did multiple things they have been trying. We would overcome on that right there. So I come out of one place and realized that my gas my gas door had been open on the car. Now my car gas door only open from the inside, and so that means they have a key to the vehicle. And what they did was delayed me up in the store, old privileged slave Man, I don't know if I want to keep using type words like that, but we're gonna go with it since we started down that rap Peckerwood. Them the low rated, they call them. Some in times past they have been called trailer trash and all of those good stuff there. But what I'm saying, with me myself personally, even though NWO's whole perspective is to try to get folks, especially myself, to looking at all people as evil demons. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna judge people by their book cover rather than by their skin color, and such as I would hope that folks would do me. But that is a tactic. That is, I mean, anything that NWO does is bringing the country down. It's not working for the good. It's a bring down of the country. I look at quite a bit of these homeless people out here. If you probably heard some of these stories, yeah, a lot of people think they crazy. They, them, the white man and stuff like that. And folks be thinking they crazy, Jack. But what I've experienced, uh, you know what I'm saying, it really make you wonder about people that had been thought to be crazy, because NWO's tactic is to try to drive you crazy. They'll harass you. They'll try to do innuendos. They'll try to make things look normal. Uh, that ain't normal that they done did, and you know what I'm saying, try to make it look normal, so they try to play with your head. They'll try to get you to you know what I'm saying, to overexert yourself, and you know what I'm saying, the average person brain becomes to be mushy, shut down, and we start to, you know what I'm saying, everything become to be them. But I thank God that I have God, because even when I, you know what I'm saying, I double check and cross my I's and T's. Now, in times past, I have been caught up into some stuff with, where, you know what I'm saying, you instantaneously believe it's them. Um, but thank God that, we live and we learn, we grow. Was that J. Cole said, "Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me two times, can't put the blame on you." That means my brains ain't, you know what I'm saying? That means I ain't elevating. I need to elevate. Don't let a joker continue to keep putting you in the same slop. They say, fool me three times, forget the peace sign. Man, you know what I'm saying? Choppers, let the choppers rain on you. We ain't saying choppers. We saying, um, come at them with everything we got. Full force, Jack. Time to bury them. Not bury them dead, but you know what I'm saying. I think it's try to get them into the house of correction. We do love all individuals, no matter what skin color is. Them that hate us, we love them. Because there's hope. Sometimes, people can't discern right from wrong. Sometimes people, well, I don't know if I can say that, but a lot of people just, you know what I'm saying, they'll follow the majority so long, Jack, and have they nose and they tongue so far up a joker butt that's spitting out money, that they would actually lose sight of right and wrong, and anything that, you know what I'm saying, the joker booty they kissing says is right. You know what I'm saying? A joker can look directly up at the moon and say, all this time I've been looking at the moon, I never realized the moon was green. And a joker kissing that butt and know if they don't kiss, y'all know how booty kisses go. You got to, you know what I'm saying, agree with everything that's being said. If you don't go with that, then you know what I'm saying, they probably, if they don't fire you right off, they probably gonna start looking for your replacement, start looking at you crazy and stuff like that. So you gonna start saying the moon green too. You know what I'm saying? And if you say it long enough, you'll start believing that the moon green. And if you pass it to some more jokers, and I got to go down this route here because the thing been set up. This ain't just happened overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. A dude out of Illinois, and I just kind of picked up on something. Yeah, dudes out of Illinois gonna say that dictatorship don't just start overnight. It starts with a seed, and that is so true because they've been doing dictatorship for a long time here in the United States of America, pushing forward with that garbage. Now we got a president up in there that realized, man, uh, that the country is way off track. Jack, no child left behind. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure some privileged joker sat up in a thing and said, well, uh, how can we get them a mule in the mule in the mule in the acre without getting a mule in the acre? Well, we can give them Juneteenth. We get them June 20. That when they found out, somebody said, well, that's good, but you know what I'm saying, we ain't just gonna get these jokers nothing. Say Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Like we ignorant and don't know June 20th. I look on the calendar, I can't find no 10th. You know what I'm saying? I can find a 10, the 10th date, 19th, but 20th just don't sound like 10th to me. That sounds like an innuendo, dirty privilege type of junk. I really don't want to give you nothing, but I'm gonna give it to you so that it look like equality. Then you got the, you know what I'm saying, no child left behind, right? So the no child left behind, it's just pushing kids straight through the system, right? Joker can't read, can't write, spell. Then they even broke it down, telling me they gonna take cursive writing out of. So it's continuing to make people dumber. You know what I'm saying? To continue to make them less than. So you trying to qualify up against a job with a light skinned person that they curricula and all that stuff is up to par, right? But you got a diploma in your hand, and that diploma, you probably can't even really pronounce all the stuff on there because you can't read. But people of our sort, and that's why we named this video Stained. People of our sort and people of you know, saying low self-esteem. Everybody, most people looking for um, they are looking for approval, and it's sad to say, but you got some evil folks in this world. They will smile in your face, pat you on your back, and talk about you with their head turned, giggling at the same time while the other joker passing them the steak to stab you in your back. And y'all think that might be a joke, but I just got finished watching a short on a video of a civil rights activist. Can't think of his name. I think it was Jones or something like that. And bro, he kicked it up. You know, he kicked on some key components. I think about Emmett Till, and when I watched the documentary on the Emmett Till thing, now I could be wrong because it's been a while since I've seen it. So if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But it seems to me that, you know, Emmett Till's situation is supposed to happen at one place. They didn't come. The white folks didn't come and get him till he was back at home or at his family, because they were from out of town. They were from Chicago. To his family in them house that they was visiting down in the South. And the first thing when I heard that part, I said to him, I was thinking to myself, and if I ain't mistaken, the interviewer said, you know, and yeah, they just came and got him out of the house. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, so what was they doing when they came and grabbed their cousin or a family member, whoever he was to them? And this guy on this civil rights activist short, um, I don't know if I can if I can give you guys that thing, because it still should be in my save. What you call? We got a whole lot of funny stuff going on right now with the phone device, because NWO is angry for some of the stuff we're posting, which is all true. And my constitutional rights is freedom of speech. They don't like the station, they can change the channel. They don't like what I'm saying. All they got to do is stop invading my privacy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's illegal to invade a person's privacy, no matter what skin color he is. I know I'm dark skinned. I know a lot of hunky, privileged, racist piece of trash. Some of them are guns. Think that they can do whatever they want to do, but that's on somebody else's block. I ain't from that block. I'm with Jesus Christ, and hey, the Constitution says that I'm allowed to do in certain things. That's exactly what we gonna do. Darn what you like and don't care about. That's dictatorship. Governor Pritzker out of Illinois. You know what I'm saying? When the Joker done lost the election, and instead of just taking the defeat, they start retaliating and doing all type of stuff to try to block the current administration, which is President Donald Trump, from doing the things that he need to do to get the country back on a better plane. Trying to do things like stop or block myself from speaking out on my constitutional rights and living up under the Constitution and obtaining those things. That's dictatorship. That's dictatorship when you know what I'm saying, when you're up under a type of regime which you guys are trying to get folks up under. Because nobody had nothing to say about the border being open, and they continue to still try to put in the same breath with their mouth. Constitution. The Constitution, he's unconstitutional. But what about y'all? You the government, you the governor of Illinois. So what was stopping you from getting a judge to stop whoever was letting it through? Had to go all the way up to the top to old Biden them. You know what I'm saying? Of allowing them there. What happened to the feds, man? Feds got the power, you know what I'm saying, to instantly deal with that. But everybody was shut down in the country of the United States of America. All about the Constitution. That's why getting a lot of them jokers out of there. Got to clean up, tear down some stuff before you can build up. Because you got a bunch of crooked, no good, up to nothing, dirty summer guns gonna do everything in their power to try to block this man from obtaining us getting to what we need to get to in this country. Cause a lot of people, man, seek this country, Jack, because we got some good stuff here, Jack. Had we left it up to all this power that's at hand, Jack, we'd have been jacked up. We'd have been jacked up, Jack. Cause I look at even the open border things as somewhat like slavery, as human trafficking. Hey, you know them people coming over here, they ain't got nowhere to go, Jack. Whatever y'all say do for them to be over here, they glad to be over here. They gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? They done made them police. New policing, which ain't really policing, but polices, but they done made them police. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't even here legal. They got driver's license, everything. How you do all that? You got to have some power coming from high up, Jack, and we gonna get down to it. But so yeah. With the stained effect, the stained effect has kept equality in a standstill for years. We automatically, a lot of people look at our skin color. I'm talking about an individual looking at their own skin color. Look at our skin color. Look at where we come from. Look at what we at. And we start to feel like we incapable of achieving anything other than that. And then somebody come along and throw a couple of bars of candy at you. You know, you'll reside to them. You know, you'll reside to them because before you didn't have no candy bars on the block. So, you know, everything that looked good ain't necessarily good for you. So NWO started paying folks, you know what I'm saying? Some people probably working at a restaurant. I almost spit out about that. At a restaurant, Jack. And you know what I'm saying, that income right there would only allow them to have a roof over their head and you know what I'm saying, maybe around income tax time return, they probably can find them a little put. But you know what I'm saying, with the increase, with the NWO money too, you know what I'm saying? Now they ain't gotta wait till income tax time come around and go ahead down there and get them put. You know what I'm saying? And get them some bling bling. Not because they're getting the check from the restaurant and they getting the check from the what's it called, so it look like it's all gravy. And folk get mad, Jack, when they start thinking about going back to what it was. But here's the thing that you need to really look at, right? If jokers that dirty was they are supposed to be the leaders of our country, and they don't even abide by the Constitution and the laws of this land, can you really trust them? So them throwing you out some candy might be just like the kids scenario, because you got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, privileged summer guns that got some real sexual issues, Jack. That device that they use to invade privacy, one officer said it's called a probe, and they can actually see into your vehicle or see into your private space, your house, your crib, or whatever. He didn't say that far, but if it can see in your car without you knowing that they looking in there, it definitely can see in your crib and all that other good stuff. Military usually, you know what I'm saying, before it leave the military, they done found something better and something they can capitalize on with it just in case it's being used. So we get it after the fact. The military been had that, whereas they can, you know what I'm saying, look into certain things without actually being there. Y'all know the satellite found, supposedly found Ben Laden way down up in some, you know what I'm saying, some sand, you know, dug down up, you know, in a pit, a tunnel or something, deep down there. So we've been had the technology, and as y'all know, technology keep moving faster. And shoes, the cell phones at one time started out as a big old brick. And didn't have no touch screen, there's no screen, that joker then elevated to a point, it's just a computer in your hand that can make phone calls. Did I say it right? or, or it's just a cell phone that can be uh, a computer also. How's that? I think the other way was better. But anyway, so the technology continues to push forward. And like I said, you got some pedophiles, you know what I'm saying, that's got some issues, Jack. And to be able to look in and you know what I'm saying, you done brought your kid from the grocery store, you on the payroll though now. maybe you maybe that's what you know what I'm saying, maybe what the paycheck was for, to buy your kids, buy some peeping at your kids when they're in the bathtub or on the toilet stool. Hey, how much for the little boy? The little boy. No, y'all think that junk a joke. But you telling me these Joker got all that technology and Joker got sexual fetish and they ain't gonna peep in on a kid or two? How many on the payroll with y'all this sex offenders? Do y'all know? Do y'all even care? Do y'all even no, they don't, cause they don't even check to see if a Joker got a mental a problem or a drug addiction or a driver's license. They don't care. They just purchasing folks, Jack. So or if they got a green card. They just purchasing folks. So you know that stained effect from slavery didn't just stand on us, dark skinned folks. It also stands on a lot of light skinned people. Now you got a lot of good light skinned people out there. You'll never tell me that, even though NWO does their best to try to make me look at all light skinned people. They don't give a care. Whichever way they figure they can bring you down, Jack, they'll do it, Jack. And I ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no quiet person. So my thing could push over to some more people thing, and you know what I'm saying? All of it is destruction. So if I was to accept the fact that all white people are dirty blue-eyed devils, you know what I'm saying? I can tell other people that, and I can be, pretty strong in in my uh, stands. I had a buddy, man. He told me, he mentioned something about when we was kids. We was trying to build Voltron. It was my idea, Jack. And you know what I'm saying. I am a go getter. You know what I'm saying. Heck, I saw it and you know what I'm saying, manifested it in my head. I was young then, and you know what I'm saying, believed that it could be obtained. Now we didn't obtain it. We built something, but it wasn't Voltron. It wasn't a leg. It wasn't one of those lines, bro. Man, it was closest our imagination at that time as kids could get it. But we worked at that thing, and uh, you know what I'm saying. We wound up eventually giving up on it. But my buddy Jay, his thing was that, you had us believing we could fly. And when I think about it now, I can imagine that same type of uh, initiative was to the same people like the Wright brothers, who you know what I'm saying, knew within they self that they had looked at them birds long enough and figured out some stuff, and they had to go back and look and figure out some more stuff. But they had figured out that they can actually get off the ground with a device. I mean, with a machine uh, that could emulate a bird. Uh, and I want to say, no, to you all that have dreams, don't you dare give up on your dreams. We can obtain them as long as we continue to push forward in obtaining it. And don't take no for an answer. Don't. Joel Osteen said, you might get 99 bankers to say no, but all you need is one of them to say yeah. And a lot of people get distracted on the 99. But that's what this video is about, to push past the stained effect of slavery upon on all sides, because a lot of light-skinned people, you know what I'm saying, may stick with uh, these dirty, low-down, privileged light-skinned folks because they may feel that, if the dark skin, if they side with equalness. We ain't gonna say side with no side, but they side with equality truly, and dedicate themselves to that. You know what I'm saying? The privileged jokers might be on to something. Like them jokers get in control, or just get to an equal plane, and who knows, they you know what I'm saying, pretty witty. They might wind up actually uh over exceeding a lot of us. And what if they try to put us in slavery? Now is they time to put us in slavery. And so um, this stain has rubbed off on both sides. Now, me myself, as a dark-skinned man, as a black man, I'll speak to you plain. Saying I have no intentions, no thought. They thought the same thing about what was his name, Nelson Mandela. But and I can't speak for all dark-skinned people now, but I do know with AAI, the organization that I run and founded, we have no intention of no crap like that. Cause one, we ain't all. It ain't just dark skinned peoples that's invited to join us and be a part of this. We all about all nationalities and races, and what I'm saying. It's about because I live in the country of the United States of America. And the Constitution here is the Constitution that what I'm saying actually goes well with that red, white, and blue American flag through all the documents and stuff what they have stood for. That thing goes well with that. Can't say for all the other countries, but as a citizen here in the United States of America, man, that Constitution doesn't say for me as an AAI founder to want to get saying all dark skinned people on one side and light skinned people on the other side. We are the country, and a country divided can't stand. So we need to try to stand together. So with the ideology of dark skinned people getting on top and then taking over, I know they won't be coming from my block. And if there was some people that rose up to try to get that, then the same thing like we advocate against NWO, we would advocate against that because that ain't right. No, that ain't the Constitution. We're trying to get to the Constitution, y'all, because the Constitution in itself is a great thing if we can all just get up on it and follow it and participate in it together. Then we'll obtain that great American dream. Um, so yeah, with that, I think about Abraham Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? He had a bunch of people with him that was likened unto his skin color, that fought for people likened unto my skin color, and what I'm saying? I often think that he, suffered a whole lot in that because one, he probably was looked at as a end lover. The other thing he probably was looked at as, what I'm saying, what they call it, you're a betrayer, and what I'm saying, all type of stuff. But what I'm saying, he knew what he was fighting for was right. Um, Dark skinned people, we are human beings too, and y'all need to know that first and foremost within yourself. Um, and that's what we need to press forward with to shake off of this stained effect that's upon us. Now you're gonna have to check out Facebook and YouTube and all of them is up under Adam Keith Linton Sr. Adam Keith Linton. Most of y'all follow me anyway, so you'll be able to find it because there's all three of them got different video uploads. NWO decided they would try to make the TikTok clip take a dunk, and the Facebook one, it had decided it wasn't really gonna kick out the reel. So we'll see what's happening with that a little bit later. But I'm saying a lot of that stuff happens, especially if I'm trying to take care of business like contacting housing authorities and stuff like that. I got to kick that out of there too. A lot of people was upset about Trump shutting down a whole lot of government jobs because a lot of that stuff is redundant. You know what I'm saying? I just filed a housing discrimination because I suppose, what I'm saying, I filled out the application some 4 months ago. And when I got finished filling out the application, it went over into the people hand like it's supposed to, and that's where the problem kicked in. After that point, a piece of paper or something I was told she was waiting on, which that paper never came and was never mentioned again. I winded up calling back doing some follow ups, and one time I was told, yeah, I got your thing right here. It's got a forwarding address on there. I never gave a forwarding address. You know what I'm saying? But that was NWO playing their games because I was in the shelter at Salvation Army. So Salvation Army wouldn't give me my mail and stuff like that. Playing games with the mail, um, which we also pursuing after. And then From there, uh, some months went by. I think I contacted her again, or some. She told me she was waiting on another piece of paper. From where, who? I'm the person that's filling out the application, so I know you ain't asked me for no other piece of paper. So where you coming from? Anyway, long story short, about 3 months after that, I winded up calling. Um, to double, check and see what's going on with the application. Because the last call was basically like, yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'm on top of it. I'll be in contact with you. So, a person say something like that you don't want to be redundant and study calling, checking on them. So 3 months passed, Jack, I ain't heard nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no quitter. No, you know what I'm saying? I do a follow up. Now all of a sudden, she need the same information that I done sent to her 4 months ago, or about 4 months ago. That the Social Security number wasn't clear. Yeah, I mean, you could have said that 3 months, 3 to 4 months ago. And but anyway, so long story short, I sent that over there, and then what I'm saying, they went to trying to deter me to go checking, to fill out an application at another one of their locations, because that one I originally filled out, the wait list on it was pretty long. So anyway, I wound up filing a housing discrimination. You know what I'm saying? They took the complaint. You know what I'm saying? Started out good, and when I did the phone interview with the female, she her thing was that now she out of Louisville, and the complaint was out of Louisville, and in the way that I would think the thing would work, I felt that said the housing discrimination was from Louisville. So anyway, she told me that she had to check it first to see if it was up under their jurisdiction. You know, then she also said that she had to check with her other co-workers to see if this was something that they deal with in Blah Skipty. Woo woo. The thing of it was that I had been delayed, um, giving false information, delayed. And at that time, other people was applying for that, so I'm pushed back 4 to 6 months. Uh, and after that, come to find out, I still ain't on the waiting list, because since she after she did the tour thing, I was sure. Well, so if I fill out the other application for the shorter ones, do that mean I can't fill out? No, you can. And so, okay, yeah, well, go ahead and sign me. So I double checked again with her, make sure. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no play on the word. Uh, 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 that I'm on the wait list. So the one time she didn't respond back. Long story short, the next time she responded back and said, yeah, something. Yes, it's on there. And yes, you have been. And so this was around the time we, dealing with the housing discrimination people. They hurried up and closed the case. I told them, well, since this is the point I wanted to get to. Well, since they put you on the wait list, we don't want to go forward with it, and then they try to discriminate against you, and what I'm saying, block you from some housing. And I'm saying to myself, probably the same thing Donald Trump saying to himself, why he cutting out a whole lot of these jobs. Well, what the heck did I contact you for? If they gonna discriminate against me for me making a report for them discriminating at me at first, shouldn't you be the one to take care of the discrimination thereafter, even that which I have reported? But it ain't set up that way. They bounce you from one person to another department to another business, and ain't nobody doing nothing. Especially as a targeted individual, all of it is massed together. You got people in high positions and places, and they can do what they thought they could do, whatever they wanted to do. But we ain't from off that block. We with Jesus Christ, and sure, we done took a whole lot plan. You know what I'm saying? Possum, so that we can obtain this information. We have suffered a lot, been in homeless shelters, been what I'm saying, homeless, the attempted murders upon my life, had to be hungry sometimes, have had such as the situation now, and I've been down since February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I thank God because they use a high power microwave device to shut her down, way up in like the Doomies in a very prestigious area that was mainly light skinned, and it wasn't no shoulder death for me to really pull over on, but through the grace and the mercy of God and through the knowledge and stuff that He allowed me to obtain throughout my life, I was able to get the car down from out of that place and back to a to where I am now. Car wouldn't do no more than 20 miles an hour. I had to let her accelerate herself because they were playing with the vehicle stabilizing systems, which what I'm saying can also uh, trigger off the acceleration, the what is it, choking, all that stuff, because that pretty much kicks off the gas and the acceleration power to the to the to the transmission, if saying sliding or something like that there. So and then the energy weapon with this, saying this electric thing, y'all look it up. It's a Hazvan, or now they call it a sonic weapon, and it's been tested here in the United States of America up under companies like Boeing, the people that makes the airplanes, also up under Lockheed, the people that make a lot of military stuff here in the United States of America, and another technical company. So the devices is here, uh, and it's the technology. When it first was recognized, it was out of Russia. Russia, they said, was using it against American militants, and even though they had never seen it, what I'm saying. The evidence of it was something was happening. The militants was getting sick. They was, what I'm saying, all experiencing the same thing, and it was just happening there in Russia. So they knew something was out there, and through them being diligent and finding out, they, what I'm saying, discovered this high power microwavable device. Um, then with some other stuff that occurred. So y'all, pushing forward with that. The stained effect. The stained effect is, what I'm saying, privileged folks wants to control and stay on top. They want to make sure that, what I'm saying, they always remain up top because they think they're smarter or they're better than the people that's they've kept down below. And equality, true equality, would actually put everybody everywhere, and that takes the control out of their hand. And privileged jokers with that type of thinking, is they not planning on that ever happening. Because if, for instance, dark-skinned people um, and Hispanics and all different other nationalities actually wind up being smarter than they are, or being equally smart with them, and actually affording to be able to do things like they are able to do it, and it's no longer exclusive clubs to just the privileged, some of them guns, this can be scary to people, because they don't know how certain folks will react. Dark people have a stigma up on them. They say we don't know how to act. We get in places and act ghettofied, and a lot of folks do. But you can't judge every black man or black sister to that degree. Not all of us is ignorant. Hey, through my 53 years of living, I know that there is some light skinned people, Jack, get drunk and will act a complete clown. I'm talking a complete clown. We won't fight, everything, fall out in the middle of the street and stay there. So that falls on either side of the cover. But the only way we gonna get past that is we got to stop accepting to being pacified. Now that's the problem right there, because the average person that ain't really got too much, and somebody come along and throw you some candy on the block, Jack, you're willing to be pacified. And this is what you got to realize: while you're being pacified, 20, 30 years can go by, and instead of you being able to go on your own recordings off of the gifts and the talent that you got, and probably buy a Mercedes being brand new off the car lot with legal money, and probably buy your house cash out, legal money, by you being pacified, your eyes are being mesmerized by getting a Mercedes Benz off of the parking lot with a $700 car note, and that's probably with the insurance on it. Unless you just, what I'm saying, got some jacked up credit, and you went out there and tried to buy the biggest, baddest Mercedes Benz SUV you could buy, and you probably gonna have a $700 and 39 cents. Car note, not including insurance. But yeah, that's the type of pacification that will keep a person in a stained effect from slavery. Like I said, I mentioned the No Child Left Behind. If kids being produced and pumped out, knowing that they really don't can't suffice up to their brother counterparts, and I mean brother counterparts, light skinned, dark skinned, Hispanic, Arabian, blah, skip. They they going to take a step back because they know they can't compete on the level with them because they've been bamboozled. They got this the high school diploma, but they don't have the skill sets that came with the education of that level. And so if a person offered to put you into a position just because you're black, and knowing that you really don't qualify to be there, then you probably figuring because you've been kicked all your life now. You know what I'm saying? You've been pushed through school. You've been you've been pacified and throwing you some NWO money. You're able to get you a nice little car off the lot that you're still paying for, and it was used. But that's better than what you thinking you would have had from what you was working with, because you didn't have nothing but goofiness hanging out on the corner. So everything that look good ain't always good, but and like I said, in the meantime, your life is steady going by. And some folks thought this thing was gonna be a career. Man, you can't trust no dirty some of my guns that don't even follow the Constitution and laws they sitting up there pushing in our face. How the heck you gonna trust them? If they decide to cut you on your check, short you on your check, who you gonna tell? And if you tell somebody and they don't do nothing about it, who you gonna tell? What you gonna do, to get mad? No, you gonna take your retarded tail. Excuse me, I don't even want to disrespect y'all like that. But you gonna take your I don't know what else to do. I'm used to being pacified. I need this money. You gonna go ahead and continue to drag along and follow the majority and follow that those people that's paying your money, and if they decide to cut you on the next check, you'll probably rub your eyes a little bit and continue to, because at least they giving me something. And did you see how pacifying going? Well, at least they still giving me, shoot, they ain't take but $30 off this time right here. Stand up. Martin Luther King said it best: man can't ride you if you're standing up straight. As long as you bent over, we'll never see equality. As long as you continue to take some pacifying instead of going through some struggle to get to what we need to go to. You say, well, we've been struggling all the time, but have you been struggling for the right thing? I know we were struggling out there. A lot of us just started to self-medicate. Drink, 40 ounces, MD, 2020, blah, just skip they woo woo woo. And we were just doing stupid stuff, just standing out there, really not going for it. But a lot of you all got some great talent. Let me tell y'all about yourself. Some of you all done been in prison and survived prison. Don't you know that you can take that thing and probably can get a government grant, man, to help you start your own business, or going to YMCA, going to schools, and getting other brothers and sisters that done been through prison and survived, and have your own business at trying to tell kids what not to do versus what to do. You know what I'm saying? You have a skill set. You can take the worst of your stuff and make something out of it. I look at a lot of jokers, man, can take a spray can and make a 3D picture. Jack, and you be sitting there looking at the guy, man, Picasso. Picasso. You know what I'm saying? Joe, you need to be in an art setting. You cold blooded. But you've been pacified. You've been stained. And you're continually being stained by believing that you're nothing, starting with yourself. Because you'll rather, bow down to them that's throwing a couple of those sprinkles out their pocket. When, Jack, you could be the one, with the whole knot in your pocket. But you got to believe in yourself first. You got to believe. And for me, I got to tell you, you got to believe in God. If you got God on your side, you can push past all the naysayers, because the naysayers only doing what they are worth doing. They don't believe that they can be anything other than what they are, and so they will tell you what they. Person can only project out what they are, what they believe, and that's the same thing coming from this NWO thing. The stuff that being projected out is coming from thought to be powerful, privileged, racist, some of them are guns. Their mindset is master, slave masters, and that's what they're pushing out. They're pushing out, you know what I'm saying, to give you some candy, and you'll be faithful unto them. And then that's normally how it works. Dog usually don't bite the hand that feed them. Loyalty remain with them that feeding. Uh, and in that, it's not meant to ever help you to get to equalness. It's meant to always keep you, because I know I use the concept of a company. If a company is making you know, let's say $1 billion a year, you'll never obtain $1 billion a year, because that company can't afford to pay you what they're making in. And so you'll never exceed that. If you want to make more than $1 billion, you got to go for your own thing. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can make more than $1 billion, or maybe you just make the billion, and maybe you make the billion after all of the expenses and all that stuff there. But you'll never be able to exceed the thing that's feeding you, because if you ever exceed the thing that's feeding you, you no longer needs to be fed by them, and therefore the teacher becomes less than the student, and the student becomes just as on the same level with the teacher, and therefore, you know, saying those names no longer have any merit. We need to get back to the mindset of equality. I don't know how to explain it no better. uh, the only way we're gonna get to that is we got to stop thinking that same mentality of mine. I can't. You know, they not gonna let me. You know, it's hard to go back to school to get your what you call it. I expressed on the other video. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a high school diploma. I got a GED, what they call a equivalent. What you call it? But I tell you what, they taught me a whole lot. They were screen was up in there, but and maybe it was also at the time that I had made up my mind, man. I'm finna go ahead and do what I need to do before I was on that goofy stuff. And that we was before the No Child Left Behind, but you know what I'm saying, me being as I was, you know what I'm saying, that school became to be from the point of view of being dark skinned. It became to be, because what I saw as a young man, and I think third grade, was we got new books, and I remember asking my teacher named Miss Adams. Um, I remember asking her, you know, well, my book ain't new. Somebody wrote it, mine. And you know, I was like I say, man, I was third grade, bro, and uh, no, she eventually explained to me, well, they ain't new. Uh, how do I say that? The light skinned people had it first. So what that store called New to You. So yeah. Because I didn't understand it. Somebody had wrote in my book, you know, their name. So how the heck is new? So at that, you know what I'm saying, it taught me at that age. My youngest son, he a whole lot like me, because he used to look at stuff like that. Then, and he told me one time, well, because I said money don't grow on tree. You know the old saying, we say money don't grow on tree. And that little dude told me one time, well, technically, Dad, it do. And I listened to it. He broke it down for me, you know, because paper comes from trees. And in real talk, he was real. That was, you know what I'm saying? That that was true. Money basically does grow from a tree because we can't get no paper without the tree. But yeah, but that kind of taught me though that saying we was being held back. I was young. I was young. We was being held back, and then when I started getting older, when we went to high school, it was because I went to Frager's at one time, and there was a lot of people up in there because there was a lot of mixed in there. Hispanics, light skinned, dark skinned, and some of them had came from some different schools. And cuz now went to Curie, and then, what I'm saying, there was a girl that me and her kind of kicked it off on. Then she died, and it's an a vocabulary, all that stuff you could tell was different. And so I'm looking at all this and it's like, what I'm saying, well, we'll never be on the same level with, because it's like shoes. By the time we done picked up on whatever they teaching us down there, they didn't change to something else, so we always a step behind. And yeah, I've learned even through life, that's the same way it is. And then you people that's being pacified, what I'm saying, you'll never obtain the same thing. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and all you doing is chasing your tail like a dog do, just going around in circles because you being pacified, never to reach that up thing. You'll get it out there. They done moved on to something newer. No, I put out the electrical vehicle. I don't say no names like that there, but I'm gonna say out the electrical vehicles, jack shoes. Uh, a lot of them, what I'm saying, pretty jokers. Some dark skinned jokers say, "Well, man, I got one off two when they first came out." You know what, bro? Uh, do your research, man. It was a whole bunch of people had some. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. If you was able to get around at that time, hey. All right. Hey, have you did the to go up into the moon? I mean, not to the moon, to the out of our ozone, out of our atmosphere. I think that's $1 million a ride, Jack. You might have $1 million in your check account, but then you got $1 million just to throw away. I think at that time you couldn't even go test drive a electrical vehicle unless you had a certain amount of money up in your account. But I mean, yeah, you might have that, but can you actually afford it? Is what I'm saying. Can you spare throwing a meal out there and then get back down to hurt? And you know what I'm saying? Your life still. Anyway, love you guys, man. Let's stop all this pacifying. Let's get to its quality, because guess what? When this equality kick off the way that it actually supposed to be, man, this country will be a whole lot greater. You'll see light skinned and dark skinned people walking down the street together, you know what I'm saying, in that real equality thing. Not looking at the fact that you just, you know what I'm saying, you just CEO because you're black. Ain't that you smarter than me. Ain't that you can, you know what I'm saying, actually do the job. You just black. And you president just because you black. Woo, woo, and all that stuff there, man. Forget all that pacifying. Let's get to what will work. Check out the other videos on on Facebook, TikToking, and that's that. Love you guys. AAI to the fullest and American Original Spirit.wordpress.com. That's AN American Original Spirit.wordpress.com, which is about to go to subscription. And our newest group, Above the Naysayers Club, which this video and all them videos from Facebook, all them pertaining with the stain on there, the title stain, that's all up under Above the Naysayers Club, Jack. Dig. Darn what the naysayers talking about, man. We gonna get it. Y'all pray for me, man. Still stranded. We gonna see what God do. And this thing right here, y'all can see I still got my joy jack. Shoes, supplies getting low. They done messed up my money through the bank, man. All the things. I think I told y'all that, right? Yeah, it's because so the post office took their money. They supposed to took it on the 15th. They didn't take it on the 15th and 19th. They decided gonna take it. I waited all the way into something like the 17th before I touched it, and then they pulled it up out of there and put me into overdrive. Now, then the bank decided they want to take a overdraft out of that daily now, which they, you know what I'm saying, just all NWO, political power. You know what I'm saying? They call themselves gonna put it on me, rule me. I'm gonna denounce God from that. So they thought, man, ain't nobody, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The car still broke. I don't know what's wrong with her, but you know what I'm saying? And we'll figure it out, and we're gonna move forward, and we will bring NWO to justice. Point blank, period. That's just that. The PO box, you know what I'm saying? That joke about the I gotta been paid it by the 28. And you know what I'm saying? They listening. Nobody get no care about none of that junk. God is bigger. Period. That's the truth about it. And I ain't confused about it. And I'm on reality and back to life. God is real. Thank you all for watching. God is good. God is great. Peace.